is my first attempt at ASMR. Although, technically I've attempted it before. I've never exactly made it a thing. And, long story short, it's been a few months of a lot of newness and a lot of doing things that are kind of out of character for myself, because like most adults I had a routine and I had dreams and goals and plans for a lot of what I thought was my future. And a few things happened in the past few months that really shifted things into a new direction for me, and for the first time in my life, and I am now 38 years old, or gonna be in a few weeks, and but I like to say that I'm 30 and unhinged, because I think age is a state of mind anyway, but that's for another video. Anyway, for the first time in my life, I'm actually trying things simply because I like them. And one of the things that came into my life and I fell in love with is ASMR. Me and my daughter love ASMR. We go to sleep to it. Like you guys can see, my room is a little crazy, but we're gonna post on that, because I think as humans, we tend to put that type of pressure on ourselves on whether or not something should be perfect and if it's enough to be shared. And the truth is, everything we create and everything we form should be enough. And sharing is just your own personal take on anything. And there's no sense of thinking that it has to be anything more than what it is, because you guys, we all deserve love. We all deserve to feel good about life. And no matter where you find yourself on your journey, just know that you're right where you're supposed to be. And this concept of age, or this concept of, not adulting like you're supposed to, that's just some system that someone created to keep us from accepting who we are and where we stand in life. I think part of what excites me in life is really accepting where I'm at in life and showing the world that there's nothing wrong with being yourself. And honestly, I'm a lot of things. There's just still a lot that I'm trying to figure out. But one of my favorite things in ASMR is hair brushing. Good, because I'm also a hairstylist, that I could go to sleep to a good hair session. Now usually they're brushing other people's hair or a mannequin, but you know what? And even though I do have a mannequin, today we're brushing our own hair, because clearly I kind of needed it. So, earlier today, I was sharing with my 13-year-old that I feel kind of out of place, because everything that I keep trying to do, or the things that I think I'm supposed to be doing, kind of have fallen out of place. And what I want for this channel is to create a safe space for me to share some of my truths. Mostly because my guides directed me to speak and share my story. And that somehow, someway, someone out there is waiting to hear through my story that everything's gonna be okay. That even if you find yourself in your daughter's 13-year-old bed, crying and sharing that she doesn't have it all figured out, that I don't have it all figured out, that it's gonna be okay. That there is a time and a place for everything. There's a seasons that we all go through, just like the world goes through seasons like spring. As humans, we go through these waves of life where sometimes we're on the top, sometimes we're not so on the top. But it's okay. And what I'm trying to do now, even by just recording this ASMR video, is just create through the process, like use this uncertain energy, my messy room, and create something fun. Also, getting your hair brushed, which I know no one's brushing it. My guys are brushing mine right now through my own hand. But brushing your own hair is always so darn peaceful. It feels so good on the scalp. If also, it's a really good way to create blood flow or hair growth for all my beautiful people who are attempting to grow their hair. One of the biggest things to do is create blood flow, and an easy way to do that is by running your brush through your scalp. If you hear noise in the background, it's because I'm recording as is, and I don't care. But my daughter, she sleeps right next to me in the next room, and she's currently fighting a cold, which she stayed home from school and made sure today was an extra mommy TLC day to help her get back into her flow of school and her flow of just feeling better, which after 2 days of just kind of being a little out of it, I feel like today she's definitely a lot better. So I didn't have quite a plan on what I was gonna make this video of, but that's one of my favorite things to listen to. When, I think I'm sweating. It's because I had to close all the windows to kind of cut out the noise. And we definitely can't have no AC on. fall semester, and I was able to crash into a few classes actually. And then yesterday there was my trigonometry class, because the teacher didn't add me until about a bit of a half week later. I was behind on some classwork and some assignments, and I was sitting in my room yesterday really contemplating life. And here's the thing about this, guys. I don't think school is supposed to be this place where you take a bunch of classes and stress about life the entire semester and then decide, or I also understand why college students party on the weekends, because the amount of work we have to do to keep a good grade is pretty crazy. And the thing is, some of these topics that we're learning, because they're prerequisites, they're not exactly very interesting or fun. So I'm doing something, like I said, new this time around, and really trying to make sure I do things that feel good to me, make choices that feel good to me. And I do have an educational plan. I took a few classes from my ed plan, which is I had to take a Spanish class, which I love the teacher. She's awesome. I'm taking a history class, early civilization, which is not all that interesting, but I also really enjoy the teacher, and the classmates are very actually enthusiastic, so it's a good experience. And what I do love is that it's hybrid, so part of it is online, and then we meet once a week, which makes life a little easier as far as school goes. And then I'm taking a piano class because most people don't know this, but when I was a kid, my godfather taught me to play classical piano, and I couldn't reach the pedals, but eventually I was able to, and that was my vibe. I used to play, and then my dad directed a music school, for our church. And so we continued our classes through that. And so all the way, then I played the guitar bass when I was like 17, 18. And I used to sing at church as well. So music was kind of my thing growing up and all the way through my adulthood. But I haven't touched an instrument or truly sang a lot. I love how I have a collection of water bottles, which is another thing, y'all. My chiquitina, cough attack. I think when you're not, or when you're feeling unsure, or when you're not your happy joy self, it reflects in many ways. And so I've been a little not in the mood to clean as much as I normally do. And with this new school schedule, which I ended up dropping my trigonometry class because I knew there was no way that I was gonna, by the way, math and science, are definitely subjects that are a lot of fun to me. They just come a little bit more natural for me. Writing, English, I love it, but it doesn't, I wouldn't say it piques 100% my interest. So this math class wasn't super hard for me. It just, if you've ever really taken a higher division finish in math, like there's a lot of work that comes with it, like a lot of homework, a lot of classwork, and you definitely have to be on top of that. Personally, I'm big on having good grades, and I don't know if maybe that's something that I'm learning about myself now that I'm an adult, that why do we put that type of pressure on ourselves when, as long as you're doing your best, it shouldn't matter. But what I have noticed is that I was starting to feel this pressure for the class, and it was barely week 2, and I knew that, like, not having that extra momentum, and then I have a rave next weekend, and there's no way I was going to be able to have that little piece in between without already knowing that I was behind. Like, so I made the executive decision to just take it in the spring, or maybe even the winter. I didn't take anything in the summer, so I can take something in the winter, like just one class, and that might be the class that I choose to take, because fast pace isn't what makes me fall behind. It's starting something late. So, but it's okay. I'm learning to learn. It's all an experience. Earlier today, I took a quiz for my history class, and I got a 60. And honestly, I knew I shouldn't have taken it. I still had until the 8th to take it, but for some reason, I was feeling like I wasn't doing enough today. And instead of reading the full material, which I don't know if you guys ever have to read pages, 21 plus pages of things, and not a lot of it sticks. But regardless, I knew that I shouldn't have taken that quiz, and I was like, you know what? Let me just see if my brain caught some of it. It didn't catch all of it, and I, it shows you the answers, and I'm like, some of that is true or false, so it's not too bad. Some of the answers, I'm like, I totally, like, I should have reread those questions a lot more, but anyway, this is me sharing, oversharing what my day's like lately. Today, I woke up not feeling 100% my best, but it's been a series of that for these past few months, and what's crazy is that I've been on this internal journey for a long time now, but time is, it's so subjective, and it's whatever value you give it. So I feel like I've been saying that for a while, like, oh my god, I've been on this journey for 10 years. I think I've marked it at 10. Truthfully, the journey is every day, and part of what I want to do from here on out is to share without the worry of the outcome. I think we portray certain things to certain people to feel accepted, to feel like we belong, to find some sort of understanding through other people. But the truth is, we deserve to be Ray is calling another line. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this. I We'll be back.